Good morning, everybody. We will go live in 1 minute.
Everything goes well, both the family.
Mhm. One more minute.
Yeah.
Welcome to everybody who's here. Thank you so much for being here. One more minute and we shall be live and ready. Just making sure you guys can hear us, making sure the audio is good, and there is no real technological challenge. Thank you, Kanchanji, for joining us early. Thank you for being here. And here we go. Welcome everybody to our Sunday webinar. And today is a special day. It's Navratri, of course, and the first day of the feminine, the divine feminine energies flowing within us. We just paid gratitude over the last few days to our ancestors. And the feminine energy basically talks about getting newness, getting freshness, getting birth to everything new in our life. So let us all begin by closing our eyes and taking a deep breath in. I was so deeply engrossed with divine feminine that I went out of this planet Earth. Welcome, Shilpaji. Thank you so much for being here. So, for everybody who's watching, Shilpaji is an amazing human being to start off with. She's a mother, she's a daughter, she's a wife, and she is our Vaastu expert for today, who's going to take us through a journey that we haven't experienced before because it's her journey. It's
Good
not
morning, Dr. Begani.
any. Good morning. All right, I had two noises coming in my head. So now Sunday, everything is calm and quiet. Okay. So, Shilpaji, first we want to know from you, before you were a Vastu expert, who were you?
Okay. First of all, happy Navratri to everyone, and hope this Navratri brings happiness and prosperity in everyone's life. Now, to start with, I'm actually a person, a small towner, I should say, which is now actually a big city, but yeah. So I belong to Jabalpur, which is in Madhya Pradesh. I am a mathematics graduate, and I have done masters in my computer science. And I had started my career as a computer programmer and then shifted to teaching, as it normally happens with females, just to look after the house and the timings and everything. It makes you get into the teaching line. So I have been into teaching since long. And then I had to leave the job just to take care of my family, as well. I'm in a nuclear family. And then that's what. And I have always been a keen learner. I love learning new things. So that is how, even after completing my educational qualifications, I kept upgrading myself in computer science also. I did my
Excellent.
MPhil and everything. And then I had to leave the job. Then I started learning Spanish. And then somehow Vaastu came there, which was just out of curiosity to, know what Vaastu is and to understand why people are so crazy after such things. But then there was also something which is, actually a myth, a superstition. People were after, people follow things without actually understanding what it is. So that was one of the reasons why I wanted to learn Vastu and just understand what it is actually. So this is how I got into Vastu.
Awesome. So, what is Vastu? Since you said, so what is Vastu?
I would say Vastu is a pure science.
Hmm.
It is actually a scientific and logical way of actually balancing all the five elements of the universe. We all know that the entire universe is made up of five elements.
Right.
So, Vastu is basically a scientific
Right.
approach which lets you combine these five elements, balance them, and give you a peaceful life, a good mental life, healthy life, as well as it gives you financial benefits.
Perfect. So, if I'm getting this correctly, Vastu ka matlab space. Is that correct?
Right. Vastu is a
Okay.
space. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so important, right? Because when I wake up in the morning and I see, let's say, if I had my trash can right next to me, would I have a good day or a bad day?
Right. The first thing you see is the trash. So this
Exactly.
is psychologically, that it
Yes.
is nothing pleasing actually.
So
I think there's some
I would,
glitch.
I guess so. Something is happening somewhere. वो कहते हैं
Yes,
माता
maybe.
रानी का आपके ऊपर आशीर्वाद चल रहा है तो अब वही चल रहा है. Something is happening where it is
Yes,
amazingly becoming a part of it. So firstly, I would like to thank Parvati Ma for joining us because she's doing all of this. So she's definitely here and she's definitely listening.
definitely.
So for
She's
everybody
around.
who's watching us, guys, अभी भी जो मांगना है मांग लो. पार्वती माँ बार बार दर्शन नहीं देती हैं. Okay, so as you were talking about Vastu, and just to give a very layman's experience to people, because everybody's like, we all get so like, oh, पता नहीं क्या चीज है, अच्छा क्या हो जाएगा, पिक्चरों में दिखाते हैं, लोग दीवार तोड़ते हैं, फिर घर गिर जाता है. तो ऐसा भी कुछ नहीं है, वास्तु सिर्फ एक साइंस है, क्योंकि आपने बोला साइंस है, तो कैसे साइंस है ये भी बताइए थोड़ा सा।
एक्चुअली मेरी जो क्यूरियोसिटी थी वास्तु करने की, उसका रीजन ये था कि आई हैव बीन हियरिंग पीपल, यू नो, दे यूज्ड टू डिसमेंटल बिग बंगलोज, बिग फैक्ट्रीज, जस्ट बिकॉज उसके वास्तु में कोई प्रॉब्लम था,
हाँ,
राइट? सो
हाँ,
देयर हैड टू बी समथिंग जो लोगों के दिमाग में इतना है, एंड this is something which actually got into my mind. I want to know why it is. And I would say कि हमेशा जरूरी नहीं होता है कि पूरा घर तोड़ना है या कुछ है. Vastu is definitely a science, and there are a few things which create issues. But I am very sure you don't need to dismantle anything. And I believe and I specialize in doing a vastu for a space without actually doing any demolition. There's only a few things, very few things which might need to be dismantled. That's it. So whenever anyone says that, you know, vastu karoge to bahut kharcha hai, ghar todna padega. Sorry, it is nothing like that. Simple placements, colors, and other balancing helps you actually correct all the vastu doshas. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So आपकी जर्नी कैसे रही? तो आपने सीखा, उसके बाद से जब आपने इस पे काम करना शुरू किया, when you started getting clients, how's the journey been? Any fun stories to share with us?
Oh, yes. So my journey started like I did my course just before COVID happened. So I did the course, and as I told you, it was just out of curiosity. देखना था मुझे वास्तु है क्या? And but yes, I have been a good student, so I did my studies very well. And then COVID happened, and you know, one of my friends, she decided to renovate her boutique, and she asked me कि अगर आप मेरा boutique का वास्तु कर दोगे, वास्तु कर दो, but मैं बहुत believe नहीं करती हूँ. तो I said ऐसे तो फिर नहीं होगा, फिर तो मुझे वास्तु नहीं करना. So मैंने कहा let's do one thing, let's analyze what the existing space tells us, and then let's compare if it is right or not, and then we'll go ahead.
Okay.
And believe me, when I started doing the analysis, this was the first live project for me. So when I started doing the analysis, yes, I would say like I had very good guru, and the knowledge he had given me helped me take out the issues and put it in front of her. I used to just ask her, कि ऐसा होता है? She used to say, yes, आपको कैसे पता? Though she's a very good friend, but people don't tell you the business secrets, right?
Correct. Right.
So there were few things like which made her feel कि अगर बिना कुछ किए इनको समझ आ रहा है कि ये प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है, तो there is something behind Vastu.
Yeah.
And when I did the analysis, this actually, you know, gave me the confidence that what I have studied is very genuine. So if the analysis can be correct, definitely the correction I do would work.
Right.
And she was my first client. And till date, she says that I don't get to get a 1 day off out of my work. I've got so much of work after the renovation. So I think this is my first experience, first incidents that has changed my life also. And from that day, I don't think so I've ever heard a client saying that they haven't benefited from the work I have done. And that's my, you know.
Beautiful. Yeah, absolutely. And so you are absolutely right. You know, there is, people think energy reading is an intuitive thing. No, it's actually all a science. It's 100%. It is based on observations. It is based on your history. It's based on what is happening in your life. And Vastu plays an extremely important role because, maybe millions of years ago when we were walking the forests, there was no space that we really owned. But as soon as we own a space, it becomes a part of us. Just like a body is part of us as a soul, our home, our office, wherever we go, workplace is all part of us because we are going to be creating situations there that are going to impact our life and making decisions based on that. Right. So एक interesting सा question आया है, question ले लेते हैं फिर आगे बात करते हैं.
हाँ जी.
मेरा घर का main entrance door opens in the southeast. Is it Vastu compliant or does it need remedy?
See, the entrance, southeast entrance, again has two parts.
Hmm.
Okay. So we call them as dwar. So it depends on which dwar the entrance lies. But yes, the southeast entrance does create issues which are treatable. But
Okay.
without actually knowing what degree the entrance lies on, I cannot give a remedy here. I
Right.
would say they need to virtually get the door treated, but then they should consult an expert.
Awesome. ठीक है, and that's the best thing to do, because
Yeah.
as I have gone through this journey of various other things I do also, there is no one size fits all kind of solution. Yes, you can
Right.
get generic solutions to certain things, and they'll impact you to a certain extent, but a deeper, a stronger impact has to be very, very customized to what you are, because it's a combination of you and the home, right? Is that
Right.
correct?
Right. And definitely we don't know this, the question has come from someone. Maybe she's just seen it like the entrance lies between south and east, so she's calling it as the southeast.
Okay.
But we divide it into 8 different parts. So we have
Okay.
south of southeast, we have east of southeast, southeast. So there are various zones which actually changes the meaning. So it's just a matter of 11.5 degrees, which can change the zone. So it was
People, give me 1
absolutely
second.
wrong.
Is it your voice, or am I the only one getting the disturbance, or anybody else?
No, I can only hear you.
Can everybody else hear us completely well? Just please
Sorry.
give a thumbs up if you can. It also tells us that you are listening. And in the meantime, there's also a question that will come, which I'll ask once we have them. Can you please talk now, Shilpaji?
Yeah, I can. I'm
Let's
sorry,
begin.
I've got a very bad throat, so I need to just take a pause.
Your voice is not
I
audible.
said I've got a very bad throat,
Let
so
me,
at times.
let me see if it's me. Please say something.
I said I've got a bad throat. I'm sorry. So
No,
maybe
it's
like in
perfect now.
between,
No,
yeah.
it's perfect now. I think there was perfect. And yes, only my voice could be heard, so it could be stopped. So let's continue on. You were saying there are 8 directions. So what are those 8 directions?
No, basically there are 16 directions. I
16,
meant to
okay.
say, yeah. When she's saying that her entrance in the southeast, I'm not very like she's not making it very clear whether it is exactly southeast or it can be east of southeast. It can be south. So it's quite, there are so many zones around. And every zone changes with 11.5 degrees. So it has to be very precise for me to say give any remedy here.
Okay, understood. So here's an interesting question, and you can answer this. What is more important, Vastu or astrology, and how are they both connected?
See, basically, astrology is the main science, right?
Huh.
So I would say astrology is the parent.
Okay.
Right? I do believe astrology has a lot. And you will see, like if you get your horoscope checked, if you have a problem, definitely similar problem would be reflected in your house somewhere. So they are very, uniquely connected to each other. And yes, but astrology is a very vast science, and very less people are really good with astrology. Right? So I would say do something where you are very sure. So Vastu actually helps you start with working on your places. Yes, planetary positions may matter in such cases, but then for that we use Astro Vastu, which can help you find remedies for that also.
Perfect answer. The person who asked the question has given a thumbs up. They like the answer. Testing us to see if we know anything or not. So anyway, let's moving on. The next question we had was, what is Ishan? And I don't know what this exactly is. Ishan Kaun Dosh.
That's he's talking about the Ishan cone. So Ishan cone is basically the northeast of your space. And
Okay.
this is most religious. It is considered to be the purest part of your house.
Hmm.
Okay. And he says that I think this is a question from the WhatsApp group.
Yes. So how to remove the Ishan count dosh without any changing structure?
Okay.
Any suggestions, as this is on the ground floor covered by other structures on the west, north, and as well as south?
Okay. So here, actually, he has not mentioned the degree of the
Right.
house.
Yes.
Okay. So it is very vague, just saying that this is north and the other side is east. And he feels that Ishan cone is the area where his bathroom is lying.
Hmm.
I think this is what he's thinking.
Hmm.
But it is not necessary that it lies entirely in the northeast.
Hmm.
And the position of the WC matters in this case.
Okay.
So I cannot say anything at the moment. Yes, if the WC lies in the northeast without breaking the structure, without changing in the structure,
Hmm.
the toilet can be, it has to be actually permanently closed in this case.
Okay.
Because this is, the purest place. So a place which has been assigned to the gods. We say ये भगवान का स्थान है. तो
Okay.
भगवान के स्थान में टॉयलेट नहीं हो सकता है, right? So in this case, yes, we ask you to close this toilet permanently and shift it to the other side. And
Hmm.
I would say that आप पहले इसको proper grid कराइए and check it out. अगर WC आ रहा है नॉर्थ ईस्ट में, तभी आपको कोई step लेने की जरूरत है. Otherwise, you can relax. Simple treatment can be done to your WC.
Awesome. It is. लोग बोलते हैं हमें पता है वास्तु है ये होता है वास्तु वो होता है, and I think as we're going deeper and deeper into this conversation, I'm sure people are realizing that just because you've heard a little bit about Vastu doesn't mean you know Vastu. And it does definitely require an expert, just like you would go to a doctor, a foot doctor for your foot pain. For all your Vastu things, don't just assume, अच्छा मेरे को ये चार चीजें पता है. You really need to go into the depth of it for you to understand how it works. And it's not about superstition. It's not about uh, uh, devastation. It's about evolving, growing, and expanding. Because, and again, from this conversation, I get it that everything is shiftable, everything is changeable, as long as you are willing to be open to listen to it and do a very deep analysis around it.
Right.
Right. So, Shilpa ji, I would love for you to give us 3 simple general remedies, because in life, I keep on talking about it, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is that there are 3 factors of our life which are very important: health, relationships, and wealth. And I put it in that order because health नहीं है तो रिश्ते नहीं है, रिश्ते नहीं है तो wealth नहीं है, और होगी भी तो कोई फायदा नहीं उसका.
फायदा नहीं है, right? Yeah.
So कोई एक में से
Sure.
एक रेमेडी तीनों की दे दीजिए, so that we all rest and feel great. Jumping into our and then everything now is moving towards that. So would love to get that.
Okay, so to start with, I would say ये तीनों factors के लिए actually health, wealth, and relationship. The one most common tip is keep your house clutter free.
Awesome. Okay.
Keep it clean. आपको पता है वैसे भी clean होगा house, तो health would be good. Okay. And पैसा आएगा क्योंकि अगर आपकी हेल्थ अच्छी है तो आप कुछ काम कर पाओगे. रिलेशनशिप अच्छे होंगे क्योंकि आपकी हेल्थ अच्छी है. So you'll always be in a good mood. Anyways, so now we start with the health factor, right? So health के लिए भी mainly you should keep your house clutter free. Most importantly, your Ishan cone.
Yeah.
As you know, sir asked about the Ishan cone.
Yeah.
Ishan cone is the area which should be absolutely clean.
Okay.
Clutter free, and it should be well lit.
Okay.
It should not be a dark corner of the house. So because when we talk about the Ishan cone, Ishan Kon is something which gives us clarity of mind.
Hmm.
And Ishan Kon actually impacts our health to a large extent.
Okay.
So, and make sure that there is no toilet or a kitchen in the Ishan Kon. I hope it is clear. When there is a kitchen, you're actually, putting up fire there, which is going to impact you, as well as a toilet is something which is for the waste.
Hmm.
So we don't want our mind to be, disposed of, the basics of our mind to go out, or the,
Right.
we should have good content here. So you should make sure that the northeast is absolutely clean. And
Hmm.
then there is another area which is called as the north of northeast.
Okay.
This area lies between the north and the northeast of the house.
Hmm.
Make sure that this area is also clean and there is no toilet. If there is
Hmm.
a toilet, please do get it treated.
Okay.
Okay. And you can keep all your medical prescriptions and medicines here. It would help you to actually, have a good health.
Hmm.
And if there's any sickness or illness from a, long duration, again,
Hmm.
it would be very helpful. Avoid
Okay.
sleeping in this area.
Okay. So just so I had
Sorry.
a question, because a lot of people like to keep their medicines next to them when they're sleeping. Is that a good idea or a bad idea?
It is actually not a good idea. You should never keep it on your bedside, nor in the kitchen.
Right.
Try to keep your medicines towards the north of your house,
Okay.
especially
Awesome.
avoid it in the south side.
Okay. Thank you so much. So here is another question. Based on what you're saying, there are questions coming in now. What
No
is the
problem.
best place for a puja room in a home?
See, everyone, as I said, Ishan Kon is the place of gods.
Hmm.
Devta ka sthan hai. So northeast is supposed to be the best area for puja room, but koi restriction nahi hai. You can also have a puja room in the north. You can also have a puja room in the east. You can also have a puja room in the west.
Hmm.
All these are very good areas, okay, for a puja room. Besides that, there are other zones which are specific for, particular lord or particular
Okay.
devta. So that is in detail. So that cannot be actually, shared here. But yeah, you can have it in the north, you can have it in the east, you can have it in the northeast and the west. These are really good puja rooms.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And the next question coming up is there a remedy for tea point house?
Sorry.
Yeah, please take. Yeah.
Yeah. For a tea point house, yes, all tea points house are not bad actually. It depends on what is the street which is, at the tea point. So again, yes, there are remedies, but when you're buying, make sure that it is a good tea point. Otherwise, avoid buying such a house. But if you're already in such a house, we can treat it actually. We can do remedies for it.
Super. So before I answer the next question, so everybody who's listening, don't worry. Shilpa ji is here. So if you are having trouble, I am going to share her contact information after this. You can reach out to her, or you come through the groups that we have sent the message on. So send me a message and I will connect you with her. So don't worry. I think the least thing you need to do is, ओ नो मैं यहाँ पे हूँ, अब मेरे साथ क्या होगा? ऐसा कुछ नहीं होगा. सब चीजों का इलाज होता है. Everything has a remedy, everything has a solution. So relax.
Yeah.
Okay. And the next question is, can we keep a master bedroom in the Northeast?
No, it is not advisable.
Okay.
A master bedroom in the northeast is not at all advisable.
Okay.
Not even a child's room. I would say you should avoid making a bedroom in the northeast.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And I would just add here, based on what Shilpa ji just shared till now, is that before you decide if that room in the Northeast, please consult us so you know exactly where, because you need to measure it properly. You need to know exactly. Don't go by generic conversations. Don't go by what you may have read somewhere. Just get an expert's opinion on exactly
Yeah, because this gives you
where
unnecessary
your room
stress.
is, rather than assuming
Yeah,
that is in
why
the
go
right
for an
place.
unnecessary stress? Better to get it checked and find out the accurate location first.
अब ऐसा बताइए, कुछ ऐसा तो नहीं होता कि जिस दिन पहले नवरात्रि होती है उस दिन सारे के सारे टेक्नोलॉजी को बंद कर देना चाहिए?
वो कह
क्योंकि
रहे
मेरी
भगवान
बार बार
को
बंद हो रही है.
आई डोंट नो व्हाट इज हैपनिंग बट चलो.
That's okay. I think, it's I never see anything as a negative. I see it as a space of where divine intervention is continuously happening to us. The next question here, there are two or three more questions that have come up in the meantime. Uh,
Okay.
if there's a construction next to your house, a lot of pointed metal structures, is that one a problem? And if it is there a remedy for it?
See, yeah, I think that can be, you should always speak to the person who's, building the house next to you so that the raw material is in his area and not yours.
Right.
That's the only thing. You cannot do anything about it. Like, if they are working, they are working.
Huh.
So practically, it is not possible. They keep changing the raw material from here to there, and you cannot keep doing the remedies.
Yeah.
So better you just talk to them. You can have a good talk with them and ask them to keep it in their area. That's it.
Right. Absolutely. Okay. The next question is it good to have a bathroom in the Northeast?
See, bathroom, when we talk about a bathroom, the shower area is okay, but you cannot have a WC.
Okay.
You cannot have, actually. Good or bad to hai nahi, it is you should not have a WC there.
Okay.
Hmm.
Next quick question is the southwest facing entry a good one for the home?
No, it is not a good one, actually.
Okay.
It is not. No.
And again, if you need the remedy, I'm going to share the contact details, or you can message me and I will share Shilpaji's details with you and you can connect with her. Again, going by it, please, from this is purely from my experience, everything is solvable. I just keep on
Right.
repeating it because I don't want anybody to feel that this is anything to be afraid of.
Right.
We are in life, it's our journey. There are ups and
Yeah.
downs, and there are people to guide us through it in multiple ways. अब आपको खांसी होती है, आप ये नहीं सोचते हो कि ऐसे मेरी दुनिया एंड हो गई. डॉक्टर के पास
Right.
जाके दवाई लेते हो, खांसी ठीक हो जाती है. सिमिलरली,
Bilkul.
आपके घर में कुछ भी तकलीफें, प्रॉब्लम्स चल रही हो, रिलेशनशिप वाइज, हेल्थ वाइज, and wealth wise, speak to an expert, get your consultation done,
Right.
make the required changes, and then everything will be fine. Right?
Right.
Okay, so I
Absolutely.
think that ends the list of questions we have. Any last thing, Shilpaji, before we end for the day? It's 11:33, and before you say something, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's joined us and being here. Up to you. Over to you.
Okay, so the last tip I would say, see, if you want to get Vaastu of your house done, get it done properly.
Hmm.
We hear a very common statement, कुछ नहीं, मुझे सिर्फ entrance बता दो और ईशान कोण बता दो. बाकी हमें नहीं देखना. So it's no use. See, either you don't believe in Vaastu, leave it. Then accept whatever comes to you. Or if you want to don't do one or two remedies or one or two things and get into it, because then nothing works for you.
Right.
And Vaastu is not an OTC, as you said earlier also. It is not the over-the-counter medicine. कि अच्छा आज ये problem हो रही है, ये कर लिया या वो कर लिया. See, you need to know the cause of it. Yes, there are simple Vaastu tips which you can follow and benefit from it. But yes, when there is a problem, please see an expert. Don't try to, actually apply things and make things worse. Right?
Super.
That's it. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Let's all close with 3 chants of Om to assimilate all the energies we've received. We have Parvati Ma's blessing with us in this workshop. She's shown her presence multiple times to us today. So let's do that. Please close your eyes. Straighten your back. Straighten your shoulders. Let your gaze of your closed eyes be focused to the center of your forehead. Take a deep breath. Om. This is for gratitude to the body. Take a deep breath again. Om. gratitude to the mind, oh, and gratitude to the soul. Thank you for all for joining us today, for being a part of this journey with us. Without you, there would be no webinar. If you have any questions, any desires, any thoughts, please share in the groups you're part of from where you've come. And if you need to reach out to Shilpaji, please send me a message and I'll just share the contact details. Shall see you all
Thank you so much.